now they've got to pick themselves back up after a 13-3 devastating loss on their map pick. Now it's time to step back up.
This is a map they've played an awful lot. It's one that they're dominant on, and for Liquid, it's been incredibly close. Like, both OT wins so far in this tournament, but we've learned that that doesn't mean a lot when you're facing off against this squad. Link is the switch after the bait has already been made. They can't expect him to be in this corner. I feel like Loud are the sort of team that would check this, though. I don't think they would leave this without anybody looking in that corner. In fact, aspas is still a little wary of it. If they leave Link alone, he's going to get so many kills here.
They're checking it. For the simple reason that they think maybe he could have put... They're not checking it! Oh, no! I thought with the flash where it was, maybe it was a right click, they'd go in.
Bala said that Sacy always wins pistol clutches. So that means there's still hope in this 2 versus 5. The smoke going down doesn't leave them in a great spot. They're going to have to try and fall back from this position. And because the aggression is, well, surprisingly, Link hasn't moved. He didn't really take any damage, so he's just stayed in that position, managing to kill them all out. Jamppi selling the perfect bait as the Jett, and, well, now they have to try and clear everything in 30 seconds.
30 seconds left.
That is just not the way you want to start this out. Outplayed with 4 kills for Link. He's close to the ace and not going to find it this time. You know what, though? I think he's done enough. Because it's, you know, we've already gotten rid of Sacy, the clutch player with pistols. 10 seconds on the clock. Pancada's making a damn good attempt at it, though. Trying to bait out a player on site. Eventually, he'll have to plant. He gets the headshot.
Oh, the shock dart doesn't hit. He's going to have to push him, and he doesn't quite manage to do it. Maybe Bala meant pancada when he said Sacy, because
they were setting up the flash because they'd given up control, that maybe they thought he'd gone confident and pushed out. But I guess with Jamppi already using up his dash and putting a cloudburst down, he sold it well.
It was some of the best acting we've seen this year, and it did actually also result in someone getting slapped.
That it did, Tom. That it did. Right, well. It's the second round here. Loud of, got a few pistols. see what they can do. I didn't see that one coming, you know, Tom? Checks left, does he?
Yeah, he's gonna check that. Take a little bit of damage through the smoke, but again, they're just locked back. I feel like there's something else that just Link is so irritating with. He just gets these smokes in position. Pancada, though, is still just going strong with the pistols. Kakuka on point with that one. Maybe they don't need to buy up those rifles with how solid they're doing in these sort of rounds. But again, another smoke falls. It's going to buy a fair bit of time for Liquid to just rotate in. They have this crossfire. Link even locking them in on the flank as well. So any escape is futile. There's nowhere they can go at this point.
Time to move on into this site. They're going to be spotted on the way. Rotations from Liquid already here, as we said, and Marshall's going to be picking off a couple as they come on through. Nicely done, Team Liquid. 2-0. Only 1 player goes down. Counting down to 0. Team Liquid will be mounting a pretty tough defense. They've got a lot of weaknesses, namely the Marshalls in play. We'll see what they can do on range. They've already been discounted.
That's the thing, both teams managing to hit the 0 point straight off the bat means that, well, for the defenders, they can basically gamble stack into A, at least in the early stage of the round. That flash has not quite worked out, though. Trying to pop Link out, and instead, well, he's kind of jiggle peeked it and spotted that there's not really anything there. Tries to fake out the shadow step to almost bait that there's somebody a little bit closer, or at least in towards the cubby. Instead, though, Jamppi now starts to reaggress elsewhere.
Well, holding this kind of control, as I said, the mid plays with the Marshall, always going to be something that you look for. Jamppi spotting one outside of Beacon. They're going to be droning that out too, and that will confirm there's only the 1 player here. They're not 100% sure on that, but now that they've spotted some players outside A, I'm surprised the rotations aren't coming in that little bit faster. Loud are still going to have an easy enough time in getting in towards the site. You got to look over to Link, though. Sat in the back of Jen. He's going to TP over underneath. Jamppi's being dropped. This is okay, though, for Link's control. He can still take this duel, but they're ready. They're clearing it. Well handled.
Sacy managing to find that tag with the dart was so important. I feel like it could have completely gone wrong otherwise. And Nivera desperately trying to get something with the Marshalls, but it really isn't looking great. Of course, saving here, not really having any value for Liquid. So they're going to try and maybe relocate, to try and drop a couple of players on the way out, fake the steps to almost bait that some of these positions are clear, and just watching to try and make sure that there isn't an easy way out for Loud. But thus far, looking like a very good round for them.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, even if they manage to get 2 kills on the fadeaway, it's not going to be the end of the world for Loud. They're in a pretty decent spot. And I like the fact that, for a split second there, we saw one of the players, I think it was Saadhak, stare at the door. He thought about shooting it, but decided against it. And Loud are just going to allow them to go down to the spike. There's no point in giving away orbs, I suppose.
Yeah. Good round as well for Loud, especially breaking back. I said it would be important that they win this one, but...
Close in the distance on you or use it to get back and reset later on. Loud successfully securing that round. They got their economy bolstered down as well. Jamppi, of course, goes out wide on...
Didn't even have the dash.
No, didn't need it.
That's the thing. You see that player get hit by a 0 point, you're like, well, he's going to stop pushing because it would be ridiculous to just keep going there where he's got no possibility of an escape. Well, welcome to Jamppi's world.
How dare you scream? How dare you? He's playing a judge on this round, tucked in this corner the entire time. There's 2 players coming towards him. I'm already angry for Loud on their behalf. That flash is good, but he's spraying away. Damage done, but not enough. Jamppi struggles to even get out of there, hit by the paranoia on the way back. He's resetting. He's going to have to go huge here with Link by his side.
Oh, he doesn't even know that they're close.
Les was really by his side.
Yeah, right next to him. Also has the Nano Swarm to delay any sort of push through, and Nivera's going to have to respect that. They will get themselves an afterplant.
Spike planted.
You see the temptation to try and get aggressive through the edge of that smoke, but at least for now, just having to try and sit back, and in a similar situation to the last round. In fact, he's even going to leave it just for a little bit later, try and deny them that extra space for just that bit longer. And they're almost reliant here on soulcas to try and get that little bit of extra space.
The turret already getting contact. They know that the retake is underway. Shock dart ready for soulcas. Weapon back out. He lined up, but he wasn't able to get the shots off. Well performed by Sacy. 2-2 we go. I mean, we already saw in the pistol round how many different nasty setups you can have with someone like Jamppi, trading out, peeking back and forth, and Link hiding in the corner. You imagine when someone's got a shorty, things can get even wilder. And the rest of the team having sheriffs, that's a pretty threatening round even still. It's anything but free against Liquid.
Yeah, they've managed to avoid the dart early. They know that soulcas is playing from this position because they've seen at least a lot of the utility. Managing to fall back to the side, but with the drone tagging him up as well, it becomes a problem. Scream manages to get him behind, but no shots found. Jamppi trying to hit a time. What? He gets it from there? That player must have been so desperately low for anything to come through. Nivera's found one. Scream picks up a rifle, but gets nothing from it. However, Nivera is still here. The jump through will make him miss his shot. But Jamppi's still looking to come in from behind. I don't feel like there's any way he should be able to get a kill from here.
What?
But he's just doing damage to aspas through the smoke.
Are you all right, Jamppi? Someone check on this guy. Still got his Blade Storm, but he's picked up a rifle now. Link is able to take pancada. This is winnable. They've dealt with Jamppi at least, and Link left down to 5 HP should be easily dealt with. Still shock darts online as well. And I like that he's just waiting. If you run into that side, you're dead 100%. Containing and taking them down or saving the weapon, probably the 2 best options. I don't think he noticed the barrel there. If it was sticking out, it was only by a very small amount.
It looks at this point that either it's a rifle save or much more likely he's going to try and lock them in. They've already managed to get themselves 3 kills in this round. Anything more would be a huge amount of cost. Another coming up through, and Sacy now desperately low as well. Link does incredibly well. All players go down, and while he doesn't quite manage to escape with the rifle, but that's not really much of a problem for Liquid. But hey, he'll take it. He's now got a Blade Storm as well to play with, and an Operator going into this round. So the game's about to change a little bit as there is no fear. The Jamppi trying to get aggressive. Being tagged up, though, can't really take the risk. Fighting this, although because he'll have his dash back in a second, he's still playing fairly aggro, and with the one-way, they haven't actually pushed through the space yet.
You've already seen the willingness of Jamppi to push up when that dash is not online. He is not afraid to take some duels without the escape mechanism. But now that he's got it back online, he's right back swinging into that corner. Here comes the drone. He's avoided it to start with. I tried to take another peek. You see what I mean? This guy, he just won't stop. Here's the flash through, though. That's big damage now. Jamppi is down, but Link's traded.
Yeah, the thing is, they almost have to try and hold on to this position. A core reloading. Aspas goes through. Another dropped by that Hunter's Fury, and Scream is the defender left on this side. Nivera's alongside him. It comes down to just Scream, but Les is there with a quick couple of trades. It will be a fourth onto the board now for Lap.
Time minimize the duration of the blind, and he was able to then take them down with 2 quick kills, very much saving the round, and I don't think he should have been able to do that. Oh, okay. Bladestorm taken away for a moment.
They'll just wait it out. The information has some value to it, but ultimately it's not going to do much else. Still some pretty powerful ults online. Jamppi's the main one I'm looking at, and he's going to go wall. He's been spotted by the turret, though. So they have this information, but he might actually hear some of the footsteps of their rotating around. Look at the instant movement. Straight away, some of the players of Liquid start running back towards that B site. You have Nivera already in position. Rotation as well from soulcas. Scream now making a move. And because they haven't gone back in the other direction, all the information is there for Liquid to just stack up this site.
This is disgusting. The turret was watching it, but it couldn't actually see him from spawn. They knew that he ran down mid, but they suspected surely he wouldn't just continue running forward. That's a great nade through. Aspas has no support because of the fragment, and then a nanoswarm goes down, but Scream is taken out. Good kill to start with, left with a frenzy though. And now, oh, they haven't cleared the corner. soulcas only good for 1, but tags up a few more. Makes it easier for Nivera, who's dodging those darts on the site. The reload in play, and Aspas goes down. They know that Link is here, and he won't be able to find them. But the shot from Jamppi equalizes. 1 to the body, all that's needed. Pancada desperately low, and time! He had to go for the plant, and Jamppi, he strikes at just the right time. That's 3.
And when it gets scrappy, you kind of expect Team Liquid to come out on top. That's what they're incredibly good at. And obviously, when you have Jamppi on a Bladestorm, it just makes it that bit easier.
I mean, we have to be realistic. You come in with pistols and a Bladestorm, you're expecting a couple of kills, sure, here and there, but for the most part, you never really expect Loud to run into that much of a problem. And I guess, you know, the slow pace that has very much been what we complimented before, it's just that tiny bit of information that gave away. They see the alarm bot already here. Oh, maybe they don't. They've destroyed it either way. This is I mean, risky enough round. There's a lot of cash on the line. They've got an ultimate to work with as well in the form of the lockdown, but they won't really be able to do much with it when you've got a Hunter's Fury on the other side and Nivera's own lockdown. Yeah,
that's the thing. Like, the chances are soulcas is just going to hold on to this ult for that exact counter, especially with the way the last couple of rounds have been going. Again, we're going to try and find out information. They actually do go for the lockdown. Maybe just trying to get him to try and bait out that ultimate, but it means that they'll get that space elsewhere because he's no longer watching onto that cross. It leaves Nivera completely isolated within the site, and the entry is there.
Well, they've got that one secure. soulcas clearing out inside the smoke as they look to mount this retake quite quickly by the looks of things. Jamppi's right in, getting all the corners cleared, but is he ready for main? That's ridiculous. soulcas with a quick double. And all of a sudden, Team Liquid are actually in the lead. But they still have to break into this site, get past both of those choke points. There's still utility up for Les as well. He's got nanoswarms waiting on the stairs. There's the paranoia. That's going to prompt the nanoswarm pop. And now the players coming out of the catwalk are being stared at. Not being taken down all too easily, though, but the trades are good for Loud for now. Time on their side, and they get all the kills from Boathouse.
Yeah, really solid hold, really solid crossfire, and you have to remember, if soulcas is then on the site, he's in his ult while they're pushing as well. So either way, you're likely to be able to take him down.
So many of these pieces for Team Liquid removed to start things out, and you know, you look at the lockdown for Nivera, it's probably not going to be a feature of this round, not when you've got pistols to play with. They would need something exceptional to prompt that sort of a reaction. Scream going down right away. Well, that's definitely not the start that they wanted. Okay. soulcas and Jamppi on the quick double, and all of a sudden this is again very winnable. And the Liquid just cannot give away a clean round.
Oh! Back here and there, it's not quite managing to kill anyone off. At least doing damage. He's going to try and give himself a one-way, and they've only just got the plant down. They know where this other man is. Sacy into that clutch situation, but Jamppi lands the headshot. Already, I think he's trying to shout through the walls to the other team. This man is on fire at the moment. And well, they're going to take another round based off of those pistols.
That is absolutely ridiculous. We came in saying a lockdown's unlikely to be used for yourself, but a lot of the time Hero's utility is used around his team, and that's a bit of a problem for me in putting Scream in a spot where he even has to think about that. It's like, you want him to just be able to duel and take fights, but that's where, you know, looking at a roster, it's weird to think that, but then you see Jamppi, you see Nivera, and it's like, okay, well, there is just so much power on this team that it's not Scream, go kill. He's up in their faces. He got past the turret. He smoked the turret with a cloudburst, I guess, and then walked past it. He's now sneaking behind them, and they have no idea.
Yeah, so much space. It means that the rest of the players can look to try and rotate and put more support onto A because, well, they know that no one's in the direction of B unless they're going to try and go for a full team mid-take, which they are covering for.
And you know that Killjoy is close because that turret's still online. She's not in main. She's not sitting towards the spawn. So now that it's been taken back, this is where Jamppi's going to start to move forward. He knows that player is in towards middle. He's calmed that over. It's why you see Scream being quite careful about the market play. And eventually he's got to make a move. Now moving up through middle. Does he check his left as he goes? No. So look at Les. Les is just snuck all the way behind them.
They've got problems. They've got big problems. Link is under serious pressure as aspas manages to take him down, and this flank coming through, it might not even be needed because aspas has just started killing everyone. Les will come in at the last second, and now Jamppi left in a 1v4 with the operator. Spike will be dropped. He's going to hide within his smoke. He actually gets the headshot onto Sacy, making this one possible once again. Looking for the peak, walks into the nano swarm, caught by the turret, shouldn't stand a chance, and thankfully Les will put him down before anything can get any worse.
That was
like, you could have had the rest of the players sort of stacking things up, but his entries just basically completely cleared out the remainder of A, and they were able to hold in the afterblock. Now it's a little bit sketchy again of a buy for Jamppi. Just see you later, Sacy. Goodbye.
Yeah, that's the Blade Storm saved up for this moment, and of course it finds value right away. You know, the previous round, Les also, when he pulled that turret back, I think that was him telling the other team, you can rotate now, so he could get that timing on the flank. It was really, really smart play from him. See what they can do to get Jamppi out of this position. No, we've already seen him updraft over the wall. Now he's tucked close. He knows there's going to be players around here. And they're going to give up market control, let the wall on through.
The second they break this, he's going to start coming in from behind. The timing's so good, and even more blind. He manages to connect another knife, even having a rifle to try and spray through. He goes down. But soulcas, in the meantime, has managed to make it through that smoke. The pop flash out from his teammate is almost trying to bait that maybe he isn't here as Les wraps around that corner. It's not pretty, but he'll get the job done. Bringing things back close, but then Scream just straight through it. Will close out another 30 seconds left for pancada to make a move. He could teleport, but look at where the remaining Liquid players are. They're waiting in case he tries this.
I know full well that this is a possibility. And there's the teleport coming out of the other Omen. Link, knowing his teammate's actually in position, 10 seconds left. Where does pancada go? He's going to actually try to plant it, fake it out, pull them into the open. There they are, running in! Ooh. What a good attempt by pancada. Almost a disaster for Liquid.
So the only thing really missing is the Blade Storm. I am kind of disgusted by the fact that Jamppi currently has a judge.
Oh my God.
Where is he going?
Deep flash, B cleared. They've got all the control. There's a recon outside B as well. They know that it's clear. Now they're stacked up on A. We're like 3 seconds, 4 seconds into the round by the time Liquid are like, yep, it's A 100%. We can rotate over. And now they're stacked in position. Now things have to slow down because Loud have pumped the brakes again. They're not looking to just run in, thankfully. And they seem, well, they have always been cautious of wine. We've seen every round they've cleared it.
You should run. They're pinging the spawn. They're so scared of the position that he could be in. Link is in a bit of trouble though, because I feel like they've almost used this just to try and stop him. Luckily, his teammate has managed to garner that orb and can deny it. Still just sat here in this corner. They've also utilized that null command just to try and slow them that little bit more. The only real issue here is if they don't manage to clear Link.
They have always cleared wine when they've gone towards this position. You have to hope they will again, but pancada's gone down before that can happen. No. Link is still alive. That is absolutely unreasonable. He'll eventually go down, but Nivera's cleaning up the rest. A clean conclusion to this half.
Round, like you put my thing in the middle, because otherwise it doesn't make a lot of sense. But hey, we'll take it. We'll take it. I get my name mentioned multiple times.
She knows your name now. It's a pretty big.
That's good.
Pretty big win.
Look at the space. No surprise that Jamppi's trying to get a little bit cheeky. In fact, the whole team's gone into the side, but they haven't checked the corner. It just gives a freebie. This man in pistol round is just dominating. 4 kills in the last one. Looking to try and do the same again, but is there going to be any response? It doesn't look like it.
Yeah, well, Nivera has 7 health left, so I'm going to go ahead and guess he's not going to clutch this in a 1v5. But then again, you know, I'm happy to be proven wrong. Let's see how this one goes down.
He has more time than Pancada did.
Yeah.
Less health, worse gun.
Spike down.
Yeah. And
there's a turret up. That can kill him in 1.
Good old Timmy. Good old Timmy.
Good old Timmy, yeah.
I know that hurts Pansy every time I say that. Because their one's called Tommy, but we have different turrets for each game, you know? There we go. Les is going to close out the Prime Gaming Flawless. A big round for Loud to start.
Going down, 3 players falling to an Omen hit in a corner. Deja vu.
It's revenge.
Yeah, absolutely. The only thing missing was that clutch attempt at the end. Now for Loud, they come into this round stacked up. They've even got a bulldog on Pancada thanks to all those kills. You know, we might not compliment the ultimate from the shadows all that much, but
they showed Nivera because Nivera would be the one on the lurk. Like, Jamppi falls back so that realistically you're like, okay, Nivera's there. That tells us nothing. And then Jamppi goes back for the swing. Just trying to bait out a few little pieces of information that could sell a full setup. And now they're actually looking to try and just double back to a full push in towards A. The problem is a recon has gone out that has told them there's no longer anyone in B main. So instantly Loud start to stack up on this A side.
They've certainly guessed on the right side. The Bulldogs here too, lots of utility, 40 seconds left on the clock, and at this point, Loud are really starting to suspect that this is the play coming through. You got a Paranoia held and ready to pop out, but look at Team Liquid on the way back over towards the B side, or at least on the way back to middle for a moment. With 30 seconds left, they're gonna have to make a call. And by the looks of it, they're gonna move towards this A site. And again, that Killjoy utility in play on short, gonna be a huge problem for them getting in.
Double turrets going down. Nivera does manage 1 entry, but Pancada is here again. However, the trade is back. There's a possibility for a plant here. Now, there's still the rest of their players rotating in, but this round was looking like a clean one, and now it's dangerous.
It absolutely is. A Marshall on Jamppi set down towards long. Yeah, this is a round that they can win if it goes awry. He's already picked off 1. Out for more. And the tag on the way. Sacy solo. The shot through the wall, more than enough. And a round answered back by Team. Fantastic attempt at the end by Jamppi as well. Yeah, he really hammered that one home. I don't think they've rehearsed that one all too many times.
They'll get it right for the stage.
Yeah, exactly. That's the prac room debuff.
Wow, this is, it's just destroyed any momentum that Loud would have had. Like, you've lost to a minute investment. Weaponry's now booming. There was still the extra finances as well on the other side that they were basically saving to go into this round with. And on the other side, you got basically nothing. They're just trying to make sure they can maybe do a little bit of extra damage, but ultimately, not much to be had. It's funny that he spams mid. Unfortunately, it's the wrong side. Because there is a player just sat there.
Well, now 2. They look to take a little bit of control, but Loud couldn't see anything on middle. They'll reset back, and they have to make a gamble. KO Knife goes down towards B, but they only spot 1 with theirs. No one else stacked up, so they're going to gamble towards this A site yet again. Good call by the Brazilian side. Let's see what Liquid have up their sleeve. They have better weapons to work with, but as we've seen time and time again, that is not a deciding factor in this game. Aspas does damn well to get 1.
He's like a magician. Just came out of the smoke. He's already gone before you even realize he's there. Again, this round's all about damage for them. You can see an awfully long rotation coming through the other side. Still an alarm bot there to stop saadhak from finding out anything. Even just a couple of kills here would be a great attempt. Pop flash, also going to throw the 0 point in just to give that extra little bit of information. Maybe even deny any recon that could be coming up on the other side, and Scream just just waiting aggressively to try and finish off these remaining players. He might actually get caught here. A little bit aggressive. I thought he got the last one, but it wasn't. It was soulcas backing him up. And while saadhak needs to basically just wait for the spike and fall.
Yeah, you want to go down to that. I mean, for him right now, the opponents that he's up against, it's just huge value in ultimates on their side. But if he can draw a player, great. Damage done. Weapon retrieved is only a Spectre, so he's right on into that.
Yeah, that's worth it. But it's not perfect from Loud, but it's a round that they desperately need to win. Because again, Team Liquid's economy could go out of control here.
Aspas managed to avoid that knife, so he can go aggressive. Dash on out, 65 HP, but he'll make it around the corner. It's a good start. The brakes pumped again. Team Liquid slowly moving up through short, and here's the contact about to happen with saadhak.
Oh, they've even got themselves to dash straight through. This is the aggression, but actually, saadhak just about manages to win that duel. Keeping himself on 35 HP, the rest of the team actually start to rotate over to support. There's not a whole lot to play with here at the moment for Liquid. Needing to try and find another kill, and saadhak's position is a bit of a peculiar one. They'll spot the flash, but his flash is slightly better. Kills off Nivera for it, and still just surviving in this corner, even knows the scream is around this spot. And with the crossfire in play, he can just sit pretty in this corner.
Oh, the timing there. The flash comes out, but it turns out Scream gonna survive that. 2v4. Paranoia is perfect, and although Scream's able to see Sacy, the kill goes the other way. That spike, last man standing. Players all around him. I mean, it's hugely stacked up here towards the A site. They know exactly where he is, and they'll drop him right away. Well handled by Loud. That's another round on the board, and they've now equal.
Well, his flashes were perfect to catch players off guard and isolate some individual duels. Back to level pegging though again. This time there's even some shields for aspas, and lightning fast Jamppi can't even react to that one.
I mean, the cloud burst was down, right? He just fires on through, takes the kill, and opens it up nicely. At this point, you know, it's going to be hard for Liquid to even entry towards sites. You've got to cancel out the utility or clear it out on your way.
Null command?
Null command is definitely something that could help them out with that, right? There it is. Activated already. It won't cost them that much time as they move towards the site. The one nanostorm that went down, the nade buys them time to get over towards the alley. And they've made it down towards the site. This is going to be difficult for Les to hold on to control. And in fact, he just gives it up. He's going to hold with his team and play the retake.
They managed to lock them into position. Les with the spam. Trying to find something here. Oh, come on now on the other side, and all players locked into the site. Oh, I say that, Scream actually gets a little bit more aggressive. They're opting to try and fight some of these angles, not allow them into position, but saadhak's there, instantly finding a trade. Pancada with another, just going back and forth, and all left on to soulcas, and he can't quite finish it off. Les will take them another round, and 9th onto the board, and an incredibly costly one. I assume he's going to go back and try and just save that operator after halving the spike, and keep that economy nice and strong.
Really solid round out of Loud. I mean, they dealt with that initial push. They dealt with the initial push really well. You know, allowing them to just take all the control, not overcommitting, and it was Les who was in a team like Liquid. As we've already seen, things have been on pretty equal footing the entirety of the way.
Pace. Just looking to try and take that control, but the 0-point counter means that Jamppi can't really get away with what he wanted to. We want a fast-paced take, going to be denied. Or say he's going to be denied. He's actually trying to play through it. An absolute madman. He's just dropped the spike in. Are they going to try and use the ultimate potentially to grab it back and then walk into the site?
Yes, that does very much appear to be the plan. An audacious play. As the TP to the back of B site, they realize that this is a possibility. Even with the spike under their control, Loud know what they're up against. Team Liquid still need to fight for control of the site before they attempt it, and there goes Link. He's down. Spike's on the other side of the map. That's the round over. See what damage they can get done. And it is practically nothing. A very well-handled round again by Loud. And they restore him. I'd say 50% of the time he gets that site for himself.
Probably.
So it's like, yeah, go in, see if you can win the round yourself, and if you lose, we'll still have another option to recover it and probably drag the rotations to A anyways. I like it, and if if Loud are a little bit too knee-jerky and they overreact to that, they might have ended up in a much worse position.
aspas has taken so much control. It just gives them the ability to almost lock down other areas by the fact that he's so deep within B. You then had initial aggression as well over into A, just to try and spot. The only real danger is just that control that's currently being taken by Jamppi, almost on that free roam position just to try and spot anyone out. But the information that's there is so little. Nice shot from Jamppi, and this leaves a real opening in towards that B site. But they're almost trying to pull those rotations away, and Sacy will shut him down before he can be a thorn in their side.
They're going to pop the smoke over towards middle, trying to fake it out, but here comes the ultimate into play. Lockdown in effect on the A site. Nano Swarm a little early there. Oh, it's because the knife was coming through. Pancada catches Scream and makes it out just about. At this point, 4v3, they can happily play the retake. And if Les can get a kill, they'll even have a lockdown.
It's close, but doesn't look like he's actually going to connect anything. Sacy didn't use it to break that lockdown, wanted to try and deny them the plant altogether. But again, we see these advantageous after-plant positions for Loud. Just having an opportunity to try and break back in. Both countering each other. It's not pretty from Les. He had an opportunity to kill off soulcas, who's just completely stuck in this corner. Nivera, though, has managed to find two as they try and sneak their way through the door. He's been caught, and now it's left all onto Link. He's being pincered in. Fantastic from Loud in the retake. A couple of players surviving, and them just two away from taking this series.
Yeah, they can match these guys in pound-for-pound fights, and that's something that we don't get to see all too often. Sacy especially.
They don't allow him for these cheeky little plays that we see all the time, and because of that, it's been a lot tougher for Liquid to really get anything done. Again, we see the early 0 point spotting players outside of this B site, and again, we see a different point in the map pressured by Loud, taking control over towards A.
That TP's being heard, though. They now suspect that Link's over in the corner. Nade clears it out. They double-check it as well. Here's the flash over, and a great peek follow-up. Saadhak with the early duel. That's the man advantage towards Loud.
Yeah, you're starting to see what I meant by the comparison I made earlier. He gets away with so much with these pop flashes. Timing, though. They don't expect soulcas to be there so soon. And that's just a free kill onto Pancada, an unforced error from the Brazilians. And actually, they fully rotated in the other direction. As now, we start to see this lurk back. The only thing will be if Les can get there in time. However, he does have himself a lockdown. The problem is that's not really going to deny much.
Of course, you got 100's Fury on the other side as well, so until soulcas goes down, that lockdown can't really be a pivotal part of the strategy. It's just going to be countered immediately. Here's the flash coming out up top. Nano Swarm, and that means only one player can get through. aspas. Oh, what a shot! I thought he was locked out completely, but he's got some control. 100's Fury can't really be used from the position they're in right now, and the reveal sees all of them scream. Still good to grab the kill, though, and the lockdown will be destroyed. Here's the plan for Liquid. And Loud are going to have to retake.
Spike planted.
Don't give this man an angle. Don't give this man a shot. Only one bullet left, but he does have his knives available if he wants to try and switch for them. Two players caught out in the back. He's just holding and waiting, hoping that they can try and force someone into a position that will give away a kill, but Liquid are not giving him anything, just sitting back. Nivera will go down, however. They're going to get tagged up, and soulcas has got one more. It's left all on to aspas to try and clutch this out. He's going to spot Scream up close, and Scream will be there to close it. Another round on the board for Liquid, but still it will be
for them there. Team Liquid have managed to find
Double
that.
judge.
Even still, look at this. They're coming into this round with a Guardian and a Bulldog.
Yeah, the other team have two judges. I don't like it.
I think I prefer that.
Yeah, to be honest, I feel like I do as well. Especially some of the positions that they're able to play. Like, look where both of them are so aggressively positioned. The flash, gonna give up some information. That's the thing. After already using the 0 point moments ago, just the pop flash actually tells him that there's players around this spot, not wanting to get caught out. aspas still having an operator as well, just enables them to lock down so much map control. And, well, with this deep position for Les, you'd expect him to get a kill.
He definitely would, and I think the other aspect is he's got a turret watching. He's got a Nano Swarm there. He could end up faking out that he's not in this position, but if they drone it out, he's going to be in a lot of trouble. Now he can't use any of his utility as they start to push forward, and he's been spotted way too eager on that corner.
Yeah, wanting to catch them as they go through. Again, we've got this fragment just holding off the cross. aspas trying to find something through, but nothing going forward, and Jamppi just in this corner. It's something they should definitely check, but clearing him might be a little bit difficult. He's not going to budge. He's just going to sit there. Not the best place for a Guardian, but he gets the job done. Looking for a little bit more, just peeking forward. The flash is so good, and the headshot's even better. Leaving just one man standing. Aspas has to try and flee, and Link is watching. Liquid are right back into this one, and now the difference just the one. They talk about his pop flash.
Yeah! Gorgeous stuff. Oh, here we go. We're coming into this round. Loud actually putting a couple of credits on the table. Investing as much as they can, but look what it yields. Still with the Blade Storm online, Aspas can potentially be one of the deciding factors in this round.
Oh, yeah, definitely. Definitely. Jamppi's already gone. As they look to try and build in, they've also hit Link with the 0 point. Pancada, this is such a dirty position for them to try and clear. Taking their time to make sure they check for wine. Well, no one there, but getting past this man without him getting anything is going to be so incredibly difficult. In fact, just utilizing his smoke for that little bit further. In fact, going to go within it. Manages to dodge the majority of the utility, and while Loud are looking to try and take a leaf out of their opposition's book.
Comes the drone, that spotted him out. That's a big problem as they push forward, but he's got teammates here to help him out. A stinger double kill. That's a first for me. Looks like it's going to be towards B main with a push up. See an arrow already ready. Okay, it was a shock dart nanoswarm start. That's an interesting take. You know, it's a little bit of utility thrown away, but that could have given them massive value, something Liquid wouldn't necessarily be ready for. The reaction from Liquid, immediate. They are running up through middle into market. In fact, Jamppi is already essentially on the site, but they're ready for it. And with Aspas finding another on the operator, this is starting to get very scary for Team Liquid. They throw out their Hunter's Fury, a desperation play to try to take someone down. And in the end, it has to be put away. Lynx ran up short, got a sight, but the spike has to rotate over, and that's going to take some time, giving an opportunity for saadhak to get back out there and maintain site control.
Yeah, more importantly, he maintains an advantage. He makes sure that if those players are going into the site, sure, you can have that, but they'll be ready for the retake. Has his null command as well to remove any utility that might be there and leave them with that extra piece of information. Fragment over the top, but he doesn't expect the aggression. Jamppi, however, doesn't manage to win that battle. Soulcas sat in the corner, and the flash is coming over the top, given the space. They don't know that there's a late lurk yet, but the spacing could actually work out for them. The clear comes through, it's left, all onto one man. Jamppi trying to fight it back, and it's not happening.